All right, let's dive in. Today, we're looking at two very different ways to upgrade your life. One way is all about cutting-edge tech, algorithms, and data. The other? Well, it's about ancient beliefs and a single leaf. It's a wild contrast, so let's get right into it.
I mean, think about it. Who doesn't want that, right? The dream of being way more efficient, way more productive, basically just crushing it at your job. And you know, the modern world has some pretty incredible tools to help make that happen.
Imagine this. You have a research assistant that's on call 24/7. It never needs a coffee break, never gets tired, and can sift through mountains of information in just seconds. And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie concept anymore. This is the reality of AI today.
But okay, what about the problems that aren't on your to-do list for work? The stuff that's a little more personal. Some people believe the answer isn't buried in code, but in something way, way simpler. And that huge difference is exactly what we're going to unpack.
So, let's kick things off in the world of code and data. We're going to see how AI is completely changing the game for anyone who needs to do research, analyze information, and create things.
First up, let's talk about a tool called Grok. You can think of it like a search engine on steroids. It doesn't just give you a list of links, it actually understands and puts together the information to create these amazing high-level reports. The idea is simple, but the power behind it is just massive.
And get this, using it is so easy. You just go to the website, type out what you need in plain English, no fancy coding skills required, then you just click a button to turn on deep research. That is literally it.
So for example, you could feed it a prompt just like this one. You're not just asking a simple question. You're telling it who to be, like a PhD graduate, and exactly what you want, a data-backed report on how AI is going to affect the job market.
And the result? Honestly, it's kind of mind-blowing. The AI spits out this beautifully structured, detailed report complete with tables, data, and key takeaways. It even gives you the links to its sources so you can double-check everything. A job that would take a human researcher days is now done in minutes.
Okay, now let's check out another tool called Notebook LM. So while Grok is out there scanning the whole internet, Notebook LM is different. It becomes an expert on your specific documents and materials. It's like your own personal AI research assistant. You can just throw anything at it, course PDFs, audio recordings from a meeting, a YouTube link you need to study, and it just soaks it all up. The key thing here is that you are creating its knowledge base. It only knows what you give it.
And this is where the magic really happens. Once all your stuff is uploaded, Notebook LM can flip that content into all sorts of formats. You need a slide deck for a big presentation? Boom. A quick quiz to make sure you understood everything? Done. An audio summary you can listen to in the car? It's all just one click away.
Okay, so we've seen just how powerful AI can be. Now, let's bring this down to earth and look at a real-world problem. A problem that tons of people face, and one that sends them down these two very different paths. The job hunt. It can be just the worst, right? You're sending out resume after resume into what feels like a black hole and hearing nothing back. So how do you get noticed? How do you actually get those calls for an interview?
And here they are, the two paths side by side. The tech solution uses AI to optimize your resume to beat those automated screening systems and hopefully get you more interviews. The mystical solution? It involves writing a special number on a bay leaf, a ritual that's supposed to release stuck energy and make your wish come true. It's logic versus belief, both trying to solve the exact same problem.
So, let's really lean into that second path for a bit. What other kinds of problems do people believe this toolkit can solve? We're about to explore the world of manifestation, specifically using this bay leaf technique. So, the core idea for people who believe in this is that certain numbers hold a specific kind of energy or vibration. And by writing those numbers on a bay leaf, which has a long history of being linked with wishes and success, you're basically pointing that energy toward your goal. And practitioners have come up with specific number codes for all kinds of challenges. There's one for money problems, another for making a wish come true, one for doing well on an exam, and yeah, the one we just saw for landing a job. It's kind of like a spiritual cheat sheet for life. And the ritual itself? It's really simple. Once you write the number, you can stick the leaf under your pillow, you can burn it to release that intention out into the universe, or you can bury it in some soil to let it grow. Every action is symbolic, all designed to focus your mind. So,
Here we are. We've got these two completely different toolkits. One is built on cold, hard logic, on algorithms and data. The other is built on belief, intention, and ritual. They seem like they're from different planets. But are they?
You know, when you really boil it all down, both of these approaches come from the same very human place. It's this deep desire to have some control over our lives, to fix our problems and to just make things better. One person is typing a prompt into an AI, another is writing a number on a leaf. But both of them are taking action, trying to shape their own future.
And that really leaves us with one big question. As we move forward, what's it going to be? Will we solve our problems with the pure logic of code, or with the power of belief? Or maybe the future is some fascinating, weird mix of both. What you choose to use, well, that's up to you. Thanks for hanging out with me.